So the Transformers and Gunpla I bought in 2020 have barely been reviewed, so I thought I'd get started on some, with today's subject being Earthrise Wheeljack. I don't expect any of them to get a lot of views though, but whatever, I'm just gonna do it. The resident mad scientist of the Autobots turned out quite alright in deluxe form. Now, compared to the masterpiece shown with exhaust, the windscreen chest is more squared, the wings were reduced in length, and greebles were added all over, notably with the shoulders, as you can see here. A lot more detailing, but still kept that bit right over here, so that's interesting. These changes, except maybe the wings, aren't terrible in comparison, but what is the proportion, specifically the arms. Now, I actually found out while writing the script for this review that they are quite close in size. The deluxe to the masterpiece. Seriously. With the elbow joint obviously now higher up. You can see from here and here. Combined with the shorter torso and legs gives him his G1 toy gorilla look. Not to that extent, but it's not what I call aesthetically pleasing in neutral poses. Something like this, where the arm just being this low, it just feels a bit off. Of course, it only happens in neutral poses, just, bring the arms out and you just sort of lose that problem. But still. Anyway, speaking of aesthetics, colors. It's all sort of desaturated. Would have liked something more vibrant like the 5-pack, but the justification to get said 5-pack doesn't exist, so live with this I shall. It could be worse after all. At least the silver is nice and shiny, albeit chipping. That's playing around with this as a toy for you. But yeah, just look at the whites compared to them. Let's look at the color difference. In terms of articulation, it's what you'd expect of a 2020s Transformers toy. A tight ball-jointed head for 360 movement as you'd expect, with some tilting. The arms fully rotate, as so. You can also do the T-pose. You got an elbow swivel and bend that looks a bit weird in this angle due to transformation. You also get a wrist swivel. You get a full waist rotation, legs out and back this much. You also get this split, a full split, thigh swivel, a 90-degree knee bend, a ankle pivot, an ankle pivot that you could, get a bit more out of, but that involves shifting the feet out and making it look a bit weird because it's now stuck at an angle. And also, technically, a toe bend due to transformation. It's decent, like I said. You can put it in some of the poses you want. I just wish he had more than this piece right over here to make use of it, because this is his only accessory. Unless you count the fact that these parts are detachable. I don't know, man. I just wish there were more. Going into more detail, this thing right over here is a combined shoulder missile and blaster. You can see with this 5mm port, it just plugs in and there you go, gun. Not the best looking. It definitely does better as a shoulder cannon, but it doesn't really do neither that well. So what I did was just leave it as a shoulder missile because it was the best version, and built my own accessories using Lego. Some simple tools like a wrench or a cutter for repair or creation. They just plug in like so, because they use these Technique parts that are 5mm, so they can just, plug in anywhere. There's a 5mm hole, which is great. And I also made an invention of Wheeljack that has a 50-50 of blowing up. A quad missile launcher to take down those pesky seekers. I don't like the fact that I have to build stuff from the hole, but I enjoyed building them at least. And there's the bus. Well, with that, onto the car mode. Transformation is similar to the masterpiece but stripped down. Splitting the windscreen to achieve the squared look is a neat idea, but they can pop out at times. The actual windscreen is also quite tight in the port, which is why I have not made it flush. Because the last time we did that, I had to use my Lego separator just to get the goddamn thing out. I'm worried it's gonna break. Anyways, the car itself is really sleek. Potentially a fusion of the Lancia Stratos and the Mitsubishi Zero concept. I think that's what it was. This wedged racing car, is clearly seen, even has racing sponsors. Look at that. Oh, that's some Japanese text. Because why not? Invent Zone, whatever that is. Aero Bolt. Interesting. Japanese text is also some kind of references and that stuff. I really dig that. But the problems of bot mode still persist here. By that, I mean colors. Robot mode was dull but fine. Vehicle mode though I feel needs the brighter hues. Also, the wheels don't like to roll very well, possibly due to the fact they're pegs. But on the colors, here is my 2015 RID Prime Wheeljack. And as you can see with the colors, it's not really much of a contest which one is more nicer to look at. It's obviously this guy. Definitely wish that he had the color scheme of this thing, but still kept the sponsors. Although given the plastic quality back then with its persistency to yellow like hell, I guess he was probably for the best. Cause the Earthrise Megatron that I bought, the thighs have yelled to shit. And also my Heartfire. Anyways, wanted to display all the Dinobots, but space constraint. Anyways, overall I feel like Earthrise Wheeljack is a decent modern deluxe rendition of the mad scientist, but does have flaws, as most things do. It ranges from minor stuff like proportions to major stuff, like the tolerances of pegs. Now I would recommend the Autobot 5-pack for the best rendition of this toy, but the lack of decals is a bit plain. G1 cartoon accurate, I know, I just don't like that. To me personally, I would only recommend this figure to people who either want an affordable chug G1 Wheeljack or just doesn't have a Wheeljack in their collection. If not, I feel like you wouldn't be missing out on much. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this was useful and I hope to see you in the next review.